I want to look at how well everything worked once I got my clipless pedals. And I've been training doing two things. One of them is I've been going from so originally I focused only on cadence. I wanted to maintain 80 revolutions a minute. So that was my goal to get myself strengthened. After things got easier using my smaller of my two chain rings in the front, right where the pedals are, right? I went only to the larger chain ring. So that, of course, that dis decreased my ability to maintain the 80 originally. So I mean, subsequently, and I've been going between anywhere between 70 and 78. Sometimes I still hit over 80, depending on where I'm riding, but I also can go lower, especially when there's a lot of hills involved. But training on different hills has given me some additional power and leg strength. So I said, I was doing a couple of different rides recently to just to test myself and to get more training. I said, okay, let's go back to some of our easy rides. So I call this one easy going because I I was just focusing on certain segments that I wanted to see how I did after all this additional training. Number one with clipless pedals, number two with using the larger chain ring, right? So I want to see how if I've improved over time. And so anyway, so I did this ride today where I kind of took it easy anywhere except for where I was pushing. So I did it was a 12-mile ride. So it's some decent elevation gain, nothing really spectacular. And speed was 12.7 miles per hour. Again, I was going off and on. I don't know why this says 45 point. There's no way I was going 45.5 miles per hour. So I got a couple good things happen. So all the ones that I wanted to beat personal records, and I did. So that made me really happy. So let's start by looking at this creeper sprint, which we call it. I was shocked that I got 29 seconds. For me, that's pretty dang good. So where does that put me? It was 14 out of 477 individuals all time who did it. Makes me really happy with that. It's one I was working on. It's funny, there was a woman cycling going to the YMCA. I blew by her so fast. I mean, she wasn't trying to go fast, but just kind of funny to see the difference. Here's this one rides right by CB West, and you can see that it's the grade decreases, so there's a little bit of a downhill and then a tiny bit of uphill at the end there. So where am I? So this is my performance over time. So this is with my old bicycle through October. And then this is with the newer bicycle. And then this is today, 29 seconds. I hit 25.9 miles per hour. That was fun. I didn't realize it was going that fast. Last time I was at 22. That was my my fastest, but you see I'm still like nowhere near these elite level cyclists. This is awesome. I feel very good, especially when they're older, when they can do that. So here I'm fourth among this group of peer people. Shout out to Carol Kay, who's the queen of the mountain here. This is amazing. She's kicking our arses here. So yeah, so 3 seconds from the leaderboard. I'd have to really go fast for this to beat my age group. Maybe I can do it, who knows? In my weight group, 6 out of 74. So this is always more interesting to me because you have people of different ages here, but we look at weight this year, I think I'm just top. Yeah, this year I'm top 25.9 miles. Next person's like 20. So, who knows? Maybe they'll pass me. It's early. It's only May, so we'll see. Anyway, one made me really happy because that's one that you saw I've been working on a lot. I also like these longer creek rides. So this is a much longer ride. Does it say how far it is? Blah, 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 blah. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this. So I think it'll give us the info here. 1.56 miles. It's a little bit longer. Winds through this really nice path here where there's a lot of ups and downs. So you can see that it starts really going downhill. It has this really massive climb at the end. Again, I'm using this larger chain ring. In the beginning, when I was cycling, I didn't use the larger chain ring. I shift to the smaller lower gears, and that's made it my speed go down. But so I like standing in those times. So I actually prefer using the larger chain ring. So here I am. You can see a nice progression moving upwards. to 6.08 seconds, 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Still far away from the top people. I'm 318 out of 1024. Who knows? I mean, I'm trying to get below six would be the first goal. In my age group, I'm 54 out of 230. Then again, look at weight. I'm doing all right there this year. Not a lot of people yet this year, I don't think. 43, I'm 11 out of 43. And in my age group this year, it's far fewer, 4 out of 13. All right. Not bad. I'm a little bit behind here. I need to cut this down to six. In my weight group, to only five of us in my weight. All right, so that was cool. Nice. I enjoyed that. That's a nice ride, that part. I really like doing it. And you can go pretty fast. I need to stop using my brakes in some of the turns, though. I think I'd do better if I didn't. I made the king of the mountain, it says, but not really, because it lists somebody else's king of the mountain. But I definitely tied the top into some nice little loop. Nice little loop. Let's take a look. It says I'm king of the mountain, but then you go here and it doesn't say I'm king of the mountain. Somebody else's. This is cool. But I did it. I did it 20. Says I did it 28 times. Well, okay. So I must be local legend. Yes, I am a local legend. Well, it says eight efforts. I don't understand the segment efforts. Eight. Oh, maybe I did that many. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but I did eight. And this is a nice little ride here at the end. You get that little bit of a hill. You got to plan for it. This is my best so far, 19.2 miles an hour, 1 minute and 10 seconds, number one. So I don't have to look at anything else. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of people do this one. So somebody did it, I think yesterday maybe, or maybe somewhere else. Yeah, not a lot of people do this one. So not at right now. So I mean, this year only six people did it. Somebody did it yesterday. That's it. But anyway, it still makes me happy. Anytime you can be king of the mountain or queen of the mountain, you should be happy. It means you're doing something right. The other one that two of them that I like, let's do this one, bike climb. This is actually all uphill. The gradual hill climb. It's nothing really massive. So it's a gradual hill climb. Starts at 202. There's a little bit of a hill here. You get a little tired here, then you really push up to the top. This is heading into Delaware Valley College. So this is not my best, but I'm getting better. That's all that counts. And it's interesting how I was able to do well with my old bike too, the one speed. I'm very proud of myself for that. I mean, here I was at 202, so I beat that by 1 second. I was really pushing hard and standing a lot there. And here now I'm doing a mix. So my gears are getting more similar, right? So that was I did a lot of hard work last summer. Anyway, I'm 706 out of 1536 here, and my age group 125 out of 312. So I'm moving up. My weight group 176 out of 291 this year. So a lot of people are doing this ride. So I'm halfway there, right? Almost. And 16 out of 31 in my age group. So basically around the, half of the best, top half in my weight group. I'm not a little bit further back. Nice one though. I enjoyed that one. It's really pretty. You go pass through where the horses are. And then this one is interesting. So this is the opposite of the first one I showed you. So one of them you're heading I guess that I don't even know what direction that is. Sheesh, I have no idea to be honest. So we're heading towards the YMCA, and the first one here we're heading actually away from the YMCA. So the YMCA is like right here. Yes, I think. Yes, it's on my left. No, the YMCA is right here, right? The YMCA is right here, and we're heading back to the parking lot, and the stadium's on my left. It's more uphill, as you can see. No massive grade, but just a little grade going up there. So you're not going to go as fast. This was my best effort so far, 44 seconds. You compare it to these guys doing it 25 seconds and stuff, so they're really awesome. So I am 46 out of 414. In my age group, I'm 7 out of 88. Yeah, so this is good. And then my weight group, I'm 10 out of 63. This year I am number 5 out of 27. So doing all right. All this hard work is paying off. See, all this hard work is paying off. But yes, it's what I mean hard work is I go and do rides that are very challenging. And sometimes I do short rides. Like yesterday, I wanted to ride this this time trial, but unfortunately I got lost, mistaken path. And actually it wasn't mistaken. I had to just turn right over here and I would have been fine. But I don't really know this area. This is in New Jersey. This was a tough ride. It was a really, really tough ride for me. There's some serious hills here. So it was only 8.72 miles. The time trial is only 6.1 miles. So I messed up, and had I done it correctly, it would have been kind of nice. So I'm probably going to redo this in the next few days. Let's just take a look at a couple of these areas. One area where I went really, really slow, Higginsville Wall. This pretty intense. This is pretty intense. So let's take a look at this. Let's look at this grade here. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 12. I mean, got some pretty high grades. Amazing, huh? I think it goes even higher than that. No. Okay. Like 15. So this was a tough, tough hill. And what's worse about it is I'm using again my larger chain ring, and so I'm climbing this thing, and so I'm standing, obviously climbing here. I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm wearing, I got my clipless pedals on. I don't want to like fall off. Can I do it? Of course I can do it. So I was able to climb it fine. But there was a car coming in the other direction. So you got to always remember when you're using clipless pedals that you have to be able to handle issues that occur. Like what happens if, I can't make it, so be ready to get off at any time. Yeah, so that was pretty intense, but that kind of training is what's helping like when I do sprints and stuff like that because I'm working so hard on my muscle. So there's a lot of things that I need to work on here. Like so these were so this is the Century Club, right? That I'm um trying to be a member of and train with. And that's why I went to that time trial. So that I did part of it, but I didn't do all of it. But anyway, the what's the bottom line here? All the hard work and training is makes it easier for one to beat personal bests. So you got to put in the hard work, and then when you go test yourself, you'll see the positive results. I want to thank anybody who's watching this. Have a great day.